just you today for the Read Aloud, Dave? No. Let me find Tyler and Kitty Puppy Bunny. Let me find them. Could they be under your book? No. What about under your pillow? There they are! Tyler, Kitty Puppy Bunny. Why were you hiding from Dave? Hee. We tricked you. We got you. Okay, guys, well, Dave and we're ready for the Read Aloud. Will you join us? Yeah! I'm glad we could all be here for chapter 19, The Inadvertent. He sat in front of the machine. It was different from Flora's mother's typewriter. There was a blank screen instead of paper, and the whole contraption glowed, emitting a warm but not entirely friendly smell. The keyboard was familiar, though. Each of the letters was there, and each of them in the same place. Flora and Tootie stood behind him, and William Spiver, the boy with the dark glasses, stood behind him too. This was an important moment. Ulysses understood that very well. Everything depended on him typing something. He had to do it for Flora. His whiskers trembled. He could feel them trembling. He could see them trembling. What could he do? He turned and sniffed his tail. There was nothing he could do except to be himself, to try to make the letters on the keyboard speak the truth of his heart, to work to make them reveal the essence of the squirrel he was. But what was the truth? And what kind of squirrel was he? He looked around the room. There was a tall window, and outside the window there was a green world and the blue sky. Inside there were shelves and shelves of books, and on the wall above the keyboard was a picture of a man and woman floating over a city. They were suspended in golden light. The man was holding the woman, and she had one arm flung out in front of her as if she was pointing the way home. Ulysses liked the woman's face. She reminded him of Flora. Looking at the painting made the squirrel feel warm inside, certain of something. Whoever had painted the picture loved the floating man and the floating woman. He loved the city they floated above. He loved the golden light, just as Ulysses loved the green world outside and the blue sky and Flora's round head. His whiskers stopped trembling. "What's happening?" asked William Spiver. "Nothing," said Flora. "He's gone into some kind of trance," said Tootie. "Shh," said Flora. Ulysses inched closer to the keyboard. "Oh, he's so cute. Look at him, little shaved." It was beautiful to the squirrel to see a letter appear out of nowhere. "Well, what is it? What's the letter?" "It's an I, William Spiver. But that proves nothing, of course. Anyone can inadvertently hit an I. You don't have to be a superhero to type an I." "Would you please hush up, William?" I-L-O. The squirrel typed. The people waited. Destiny bestirred itself. Chapter 20. What it said. "I love your round head, the brilliant green, the watching blue, these letters, this world, you. I am very, very hungry." Yay! That's so cute. Chapter 22. Poetry. They were sitting in Tootie's office. Tootie was on the couch with a package of frozen peas on her head. She had fainted. Unfortunately, she had hit her head at the edge of the desk on the way down. Oh no. Fortunately, Flora had remembered an issue of Terrible Things Can Happen to You, advising that a bag of frozen peas made an excellent cold compress to provide comfort and reduce swelling. "Read it one more time," said William Spiver to Flora. Flora read Ulysses' words out loud again. "The squirrel wrote poetry," said Tooty in a voice filled with wonder. "Keep those peas on your head," said Flora. "I don't get the last part," said William Spiver. "The part about hunger. What does that mean?" Flora turned away from the computer and looked at William Spiver's dark glasses and saw again her round-headed, pajamaed self reflected there. "It means he's hungry," she said. "He hasn't had any breakfast." "Oh," said William Spiver. "I see. It's literal." Ulysses was sitting on his hind legs beside the computer. He nodded hopefully. "It's poetry," said Tooty from the couch. Ulysses puffed out his chest the tiniest bit. "Well, it might be poetry," said William Spiver, "but it's not great poetry. It's not even good poetry." "But what does this all mean?" said Tooty. "Why does it have to mean something?" said William Spiver. "The universe is a random place." "Oh, for heaven's sakes, William," said Tooty. Flora felt something well up inside of her. What was it? Pride in the squirrel? Annoyance at William Spiver? Wonder? Hope? Suddenly she remembered the words that appeared over Alfred T. Slipper's head when he was submerged in the vat of incandesto. "Do you doubt him? Do not." "Do you doubt him?" said Flora. "Of course I doubt him," said William Spiver. "Do not," said Flora. "Why?" said William Spiver. She stared at him. "Take off your glasses. I want to see your eyes." "No," said William Spiver. "Take them off." "I won't." "Children," said Tooty, "please." Who was William Spiver, really? Yes, he was the great nephew of Tooty Tickum and suddenly, suspiciously, come to stay the summer. But who was he really? What if he was some kind of comic book character himself? What if he was a villain whose powers were depleted as soon as the light of the world hit his eyes? Incandesto was forever being attacked by his arch nemesis, the darkness of 10,000 hands. Every superhero had an arch nemesis. What if Ulysses' arch nemesis was William Spiver? And guys, nemesis means like your enemy. So arch enemy. "The truth must be known," said Flora. She stepped forward. She reached her hand to remove William Spiver's glasses. Then she heard her name. "Florabelle, your father is here." "Florabelle," said William Spiver in a gentle voice. Ulysses was still sitting on his hind legs. His ears were pricked. He looked back and forth between Flora and William Spiver. "We have to go," said Flora. "Wait," said William Spiver. Flora picked up Ulysses by the scruff of his neck. She put him under her pajama top. "Will I ever see you again?" said William Spiver. "The universe is a random place, William Spiver," said Flora. "Who can say whether we meet again or not?" Well, I don't know about you, but I loved Ulysses' poem. I thought that was so great. I would love to have seen him type that poem. So my question for you guys today is, so Flora's about to go to her dad's house, okay? And she grabbed Ulysses to take him. So I want to hear your predictions about what you think is going to happen when the dad finds out about Ulysses. What do you think the dad is going to do about Ulysses? Do you think Flora is going to hide Ulysses the whole time? Because she tried to with her mama, and it didn't work so well. So what's the dad going to do when he meets Ulysses?